We are trying to stop this move. Jim?
That's right. There's a big gap between expressing reservations about a national emergency declaration, saying it's not their preference, and standing up and voting against this president. Again, the president just moments, perhaps seconds away from this announcement. Jim Acosta there in the Rose Garden for us. We saw people leaving the White House there with photos. Do we know who they are?
Jim, we believe those are some of the angel moms that the president has talked so much about out on the campaign trail at rallies and so on. These are parents of victims who were allegedly killed by undocumented immigrants. The president likes to point to these folks who have been just through some terrible experiences as evidence that a wall is needed down at the border. Now, of course, we've talked about this on numerous occasions. There are lots of different reasons for why there is crime committed by undocumented immigrants in this country, but of course multiple studies have shown that undocumented immigrants commit crimes and are incarcerated at lower levels than native-born Americans and so on. And the president, I suspect, if he's going to be drawing on that sort of emotional energy to make this announcement, Jim, we have to point out that border crossings are at near historic lows right now, that most of the drugs that come in to this country go through ports of entry, and so on. And so the president, we may be hearing, and we saw this a few weeks ago when he ended the government shutdown and was talking about people coming in to the country with tape over their mouths and so on. He sort of draws on some of this anti-immigration mythology to try to sell this wall on the border when we know that the facts in many cases fight against what he has to say. And so I suspect, Jim, if we're seeing some of the angel moms coming in, the president is going to be trying to sort of drum up some emotional energy on this occasion here to try to sell this wall.
Yes.
But we've seen him do it before. Hasn't convinced the Congress, hasn't convinced the country, but it sounds like he's going to try to do it again, Jim.
Yeah, it bears